And Barong Tony Oranta, I guess congratulations are in order. Let's join her for the best of sports news.
Thank you, Millicent. And yes, it's Osheo all the way. As the Super Eagles of Nigeria have given accolades to the local fans, loyal fans, that stood by the Nigerian national team who proved their worth to beat Iceland 2-0 in their second group game in Russia. The main man for the day and record breaker Ahmed Musa did not have much to say other than to thank God. Mikel Obi was full of appreciation to the fans, so he said contributed a great deal to the victory over the Vikings. Wilfred Njidi said the victory over Iceland is dedicated to Nigerians. For Shehu Abdullahi, he described the win over Iceland as a morale booster. Meanwhile, Philippe Coutinho and Neymar scored in injury time as Brazil beat Costa Rica 2-0 to edge towards the last 16 of the World Cup in Russia. Having been frustrated for almost the entire game, Coutinho poked the ball past Costa Rican goalkeeper Keylor Navas 4 minutes into stoppage time. Neymar.
And it's Philippe Coutinho who has sniffed it out for them. In the 90th minute, Brazil have come up with the goods as they do so often. Brazil 1, Costa Rica 0.
Neymar's volley in the last minute of injury time wrapped up the point for the Samba boys.
That's how the Brazilian coach celebrates. 7 minutes almost, and not one on target. And back they go again to defend. Can Brazil really put icing on the cake with a second goal here? There is a big chance. It's 2! It's 2! Brazil are on their way now, and Neymar!
The PSG man was at the heart of the game throughout, including winning a penalty which was sensationally overturned by VAR. And Switzerland took a huge step towards the last 16 of the World Cup as Xherdan Shaqiri scored a brilliant solo 90th minute winner against Serbia. Granit Xhaka has scored an exceptional equalizer for Switzerland after Aleksandar Mitrovic put the Serbia in front with a header in the 5th minute. Shaqiri collected the ball near the halfway line before dribbling away from the defense and slotting past Serbia goalkeeper Vladimir Stojkovic. And Germany fans might be able to breathe easier after Polar Bear Oracle predicted a victory for the team in tomorrow's game against Sweden. Polar Bear baby Nanook and her mother Lara had the choice of 2 boxes filled with vegetables, each with a flag, one German and one Swedish. Nanook immediately ran to the German box and flushed the food out of it. The reigning world champions have not been eliminated in the tournament's group stage for the last 80 years, but that could all change if they lose the match. And with that, Nigerians still cheering over their first win of the World Cup. We end on Sports News today, and Millicent will be back with the wrap.
Thank you, Barong. An Ethiopian rebel opposition group, Ginbot 7, has suspended its armed resistance against the government. The group's leadership says reforms by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed have raised hopes that true democracy could be a real possibility. Earlier, the government had announced that it has unblocked 264 websites and TV channels. This is the latest of numerous changes made since Mr. Abiy came to office in April, relaxing the government's tight grip on power. Well, previous governments had labelled Ginbot 7, which is based in neighbouring Eritrea, a terrorist organisation. Venezuelan security forces have been accused of carrying out hundreds of arbitrary killings under the guise of fighting crime. In a new report, the United Nations alleges that the extrajudicial killings were carried out by officers involved with the operations for the liberation of the people. Venezuela has in the past dismissed human rights allegations as lies. Dozens of protesters were killed in clashes during anti-government protests last year. And the main news again, Nigeria's Super Eagles today kept hope alive for qualification for the round of 16 at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, beating Iceland 2-0 in their second group match. President Muhammadu Buhari congratulated the team for that significant win, challenged them to sustain momentum against Argentina. Also today, federal lawmakers reacted to the concerns raised by President Buhari over adjustments made by the National Assembly to the 2018 budget, insisting that the figures of reductions were grossly exaggerated. And the Ethiopian rebel group Ginbot today suspended its armed resistance against the government. And that's news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Walker. Have a good night.